piece we're going to play is the Bach Gounod Ave Maria. So basically Bach wrote a prelude for the piano, and Gounod, who was a much later composer, French, wrote an Ave Maria melody on top of it. And I kind of imagine that Gounod was at a recital in a hall, and the pianist or the harpsichord player was playing along, maybe a little boringly, and musicians are notoriously trying to move things forward. So he probably was humming this tune to himself, and someone in front of him, instead of turning around and saying, "Could you really shut up so I can hear this Bach piece?" they very diplomatically said, "That's beautiful. You should write that down." To do is a song by Tchaikovsky, and in an age where really it was not polite or politically correct to express one's feelings outright, many times in letters even, the Twitter of the day. You were very polite and you kept your innermost feelings to yourself. However, Tchaikovsky had a great deal of them, and this next song is called Alone Again After All, and it's a short, particular song, but it's beautiful because it's almost liturgical, and it expresses his feelings in almost a Russian Orthodox religious way, and it's quite a beautiful song, I think. little bit sad, right? Especially on the viola. We're sad people anyway. I don't know, I just want to make sure we stay on time. So somebody give me a big, like, this, when we need to wrap it up. For the next piece, actually, it's very interesting. I actually had the lyrics of all these printed out, but I think it's going to take too much time, and you'd rather probably hear music than hear me talk at this point. The next piece is interesting. It's an art song by Richard Strauss, and for all the sadness of the Tchaikovsky that you just heard, this gives you levity. It's about a little bit about a bittersweet love, but it's also about tomorrow and what tomorrow can bring. And it's my pleasure to play with Jen Holmes, who has played this particular piece. Yes. She has played this with singers, a roster of the best singers in the world. So talk about a diplomatic person. Whenever I would mess it up in the past couple days, she would very diplomatically turn to me and say, perhaps you want to play a quarter note instead of a half note there, as opposed to just saying, you idiot. I have the one that was requested, but are you sure? Okay. There was a request this evening for a particular piece, which is A beautiful, beautiful song. It's a Northern Irish song, and it was a tune that was written, and then in the 1920s, someone wrote lyrics to it. And I won't tell you the name of it, but actually, there is, when a man sings it, it's supposed to be Ellie Dear. Now, go figure that.